Hello everybody, how would you like to be able to make two simple changes and instantly have more credibility and be viewed with higher status with people by just changing two pieces of clothing? Okay, so let's go. 4.5 out of 5.
My shoe collection.
These are made of shell cord.
Here they are finished up.
I'm not a professional. Look how tight this is though. Very clearly here, I just cut the thread in half.
And here they are, all finished up.
Part of the reason I'm doing this video is part of the purpose of my channel is to help men feel better about themselves and to portray themselves more professionally through the way they dress. Now, a lot of what I do is about shoes, and you've seen I've done other things, but I'm going to show you just two very simple things that you can do just to elevate your appearance. Now, what you see is obviously I just put on a sport coat. Now, right now I've got like a, this is not really a dress shirt. It's kind of a casual shirt. I don't know if you'd call this really a turtleneck or crew neck, but you get the idea. I just threw a sport coat on top of it. Now I've got an earth tone, kind of a maroonish, brownish earth tone shirt. So I have this herringbone pattern. This is actually a thrifted Ralph Lauren jacket that I think I got for 10 or 20 bucks or something like that. And I took off my sneakers, and if you can see here, what I've got is a pair of Allen Edmonds. Now, by the way, this is a pair of Allen Edmonds Atchisons. This is a tassel loafer with an apron on it. And these shoes I actually got new from Allen Edmonds at the end of a run sale. They were $97, so you don't have to spend a ton of money to do this. So the two things you do are, number one, a sport coat, and number two, put on some dress shoes, right? Preferably something like these have a rubber, topi or what you call rubber half sole, but a leather-soled dress shoe and a sport jacket will do wonders. Now, this works with a shirt like this, as well as, believe it or not, it can even work with a t-shirt on underneath. I'm going to warn you about something, though. This comes from Stephen Covey. He's an author of the book called 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and a whole host of other books. Be careful about using this as what he calls a personality ethic versus the character ethic. And what the simplified terms, the difference is, personality ethic is when you do something as a technique to get a result, which this would work in the short term. Now remember this, your character, right? Your character is who you are. Your reputation is what people think you are. If you're doing this as a trick to bypass, things like truth, honor, honesty, and integrity, people are going to figure it out. And then once your reputation is ruined, it's very difficult to get back. I'm going to warn you against using this as a trick. Now, when you do it as part of the character ethic, what that means to Stephen Covey is you've developed yourself, and this is part of an outward reflection of an inner change in good values. Now, as I'm recording this here, it's post-COVID, we're early 2023, and it's very interesting. I have a friend who's a teacher at a university out of a class of 25 students last semester. This would have been the fall semester of 2022. He failed 9 out of 25 students. He's not a harsh person. And I was like, why? He said most of it was because they just wouldn't show up. Okay? And I asked him, well, what's normal in your class? He said 2 to 3. This is a 1-credit simple class. So the reason I'm telling you this is, as dress codes and dress ethic declines, if you want to dress casual in, pajama bottoms and, and your Crocs and go to Walmart, God bless. I'm not here to judge you. It's a big man's job to judge. It's not mine, right? But I am telling you is if you want to elevate yourself, it's simpler than ever before to do so, right? So find a sport coat. Let me show you a different one. Do you see this is more of a what I would call cool colors. It's like a pinstriping is like a light blue and pink. So let me change to something that's a cooler color. Now I have this paired with a cool color sport coat because I think it goes well. I have an Oxford collar dress shirt here, kind of a more casual dress shirt. And this is a Tommy Hilfiger sport jacket. And I've got some black wingtip Oxfords here. And I know some people say, oh, with a casual outfit like jeans and a sport jacket, you shouldn't wear an Oxford shoe, but I totally would with this. Of course, the black belt. And I think this looks really great to me. So let's just say you work in the blue-collar world especially, where you have zero reason to dress up, or dressing up actually would be counterproductive. Like maybe you're in construction, maybe you're a janitor, maybe you're a cook, one of those kind of things. And maybe you just want to elevate your socioeconomic status. Maybe you want to be viewed more seriously by women. Maybe you want to start a business, or you have started a business, and you want people to see the changes inside of you reflected on the outside. I think this is going to be amazing. This is going to help you. Now remember, we should be using the character ethic, not the personality ethic. So what this means is if you make this a way of life, you may see no results for 30, 60, or 90 days. But I guarantee you, if you make this a lifestyle, that changes in the inside will show up on the outside, and people will view you better over time, but it may take months before they really catch on to that fact that you have changed and you're not just using a trick. Does that kind of make sense? You know, so if you need to improve your integrity, have more integrity with people. Read the book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Does that kind of make sense? Now let me show you the basics of how a sport jacket should fit. Now this one fits me fairly well, right? So when I button it up, first of all, there's no X, and you don't see a big gapping here. It fits pretty well. With the sleeves, first of all, the shirt, when you do this, your dress shirt, if you can touch your dress shirt with your fingers like this, your ring finger, it's too long. The dress shirt, ideally, you want to hit right about there. You could have it hit in the same spot with the jacket, or you could show a little bit of cuff. Okay? This one, if I were to have an ideal, I would tailor it just a little bit and show a little bit of cuff. Let me show you a little bit more tailored. You see here where this one is just a little bit shorter. I think this one fits, you know, pretty perfectly. This shirt could be longer, honestly, okay? But where you want the length of the jacket, let's talk about the 2 things that you can't change the fit of. Number 1, put your hands, well, you should button it, okay? But when you have it buttoned and you have your hands by your side, relax. Don't straighten everything, just the way you would normally stand. This part of your hand right here, this is the easiest way I've seen. The thumb between this knuckle and this knuckle is where the jacket length should fall. The tighter the fit of the jacket, the higher up the body can be. The tighter the fit, the slimmer the fit, the higher up. The more traditional relaxed, the lower. So you see this one here falls just above that knuckle. It's perfect. Yeah, I mean, you can, but for all intents and purposes, you're not going to alter the length of the jacket. The second thing you're going to look at is the shoulders. Now, here's the way that I've come to learn how to check the fit of the shoulders, because there's a gazillion YouTube videos on how a jacket should fit. Some of them are pretty difficult. They're not incorrect. They're just difficult to implement, in my opinion. Okay? So with the shoulders, basically, if you have a mirror, it's ideal. But if you don't have a mirror, just take your hand and run it up. See here, when I run my hand up, I don't hit this padding. Let me show you one that's just a little bit too big in the shoulders. Now, if you don't have an eye for these things, it won't look horrible at first. But as you develop an eye, the more you get into this, the more these finer details will really jump out at you. So this one, when I run my hand up, you see I can pinch and grab. I can pinch and grab the jacket when I run my hand up. This one is just a little bit too big. If you look, it kind of gaps a little bit. It looks like my big brother's, I don't have a brother, but it looks like my big brother's jacket. It's just a little bit too much. Now the next thing is the chest. Do you see how much room my chest is here, right? I mean, this can be tailored to some degree, but this is just too big. And look at the length. It goes down past my knuckle. This is just like 1 or 2 sizes too big for me, and that's probably too much to tailor out. Look at me again. Just relax. And then how do you feel looking at me in this? Versus this. So I have some shape in the body. The length is right. The sleeves, like I said, sleeves could come back a 1/4 inch, but the sleeves are good. And now look at this. I don't get the X in the middle, and I just have a little bit of room right there. I'd say for off the rack, I'd say this fits fine, okay? I hope that kind of helps. If you've got more pairs of shoes than your wife does and she's ever called you Imelda Marcos, you may want to consider subscribing to my channel. Please hit that like button if you got some value out of this. If you want to learn some more things about this kind of stuff, like how to acquire jackets cheaply or how to find some nice shoes for dirt cheap and turn them around, go to my playlists. All right, God bless you guys and have an amazing year. By the way they dress, okay? Now, this is Romeo.
Not doing anything.
I know, that's why I'm not yelling at him. Could you call him to the couch? Go lay down. Part of the reason I'm doing this is, the reason I do my channel is not just to help men save money on shoes and...
He wasn't showing.
You don't think?